違いしてばかりだけど本当のことを告げなくてはならないと思うのよ。預言者と主なる神とは違うのよ。預言者はあくまでも弟子の一人、神の言葉を受け取り伝える人なの。あるいは神の使いの大天使の言葉を伝える人、それが預言者なので、私はここにあなた方の間違いを正しておきたいの。神は神、主は主、主なる神は一人。もしも預言者が後世の人によって主と言われても、主なる神とは違うのよ。主なる神は創世記に責任を担って人類をお作りになられた方。そして宇宙の兄弟たちもこの地球に呼び寄せて住まわせた方。この世に肉体を持たせて魂の天正輪廻を打ち立てた方。そして主なる神は常にこの地上を去ったあの世を実在界と呼び、この地上を仮の世と呼ばれる。だからたとえこの地上で善と悪が戦うように見えても、本当の主なる神から見た善悪かどうかはわからない。民主主義はみんなが神の子仏のことして目覚めて、信仰のもとに正しい人を選ぶときは大いなる神の栄光を下ろすけど、もし地上の人々が唯物論に染まって信仰をないがしろにして科学万能を唱える時、その時は民主主義もただの多数決にしかならない。その時は悪魔に支配された人々も一票として数えられるのよ。だから主なる神を信じない人々はいかなる主義でもって正義を打ち立てようとしても、決してそれは成功しないのよ。共産主義も しかし神なき民主主義もマスコミデモクラシーも神の心から離れたらただの漂流船なのよ。だから地上の善悪や頭がいいとか悪いとかお金があるとかないとか地があるとか身分があるとかこんなことはどうでもよいのよ。皮膚の色民族人種こんなものは関係ないの。ただ主なる神を愛し神の正義をこの世に樹立しようと努力することが大事なのよ。だからあなた方は主なる神をたたえなさい。あなた方の主なる神の名はエルカンタレ。これ以外の地球神はこの地にはこの地上には決していないのよ。あなた方の主なる神エルカンタレをたたえなさい。預言者を超えた正義を地上に打ち立てることを目指しなさい。主よこのような機会を与えてくださって誠にありがとうございました。
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining this special seminar series, The Road to Shambhala. I'm Gary Yamada. I'm super excited to help you for your spiritual growth. And so let's start by reciting the prayer to the Lord with you. Prayer to the Lord. Our Lord Elkuntare, you are the source of all light, all power, all wisdom, and all love. May you give us light, give us power, give us wisdom, and give us love. O Lord, our Father, please protect this planet of love, Earth. Protect us from all evil, and open the future for us. O Lord, thank you for giving us light. We give thanks from the bottom of our hearts. Yeah, have you ever heard of the name, the Shambhala? Shambhala is a spiritual center which is located at the bottom of the Himalaya mountains, and where the people who are about to become a savior are trained, are summoned to train themselves. And Master revealed this Shambhala, the heart of Shambhala, in the lecture of the heart of the earth, which is, now you can attend the lecture or listen to the lectures all around the world, and which is also scheduled to be printed in the next book, Laws series, the Laws of Messiah. In the Laws of Messiah, Master will be talking about many things as Messiah, about politics, or about the science, or about the system of reincarnation, or about the spiritual love, or the Messiah's love. But such kind of stories are very huge. And what we need, basically, is how to practice Master's law. The first thing, how to practice Master's law and save ourselves. This is the law of bodhisattvas. In the laws of Messiah, Master is mainly talking about the big law, the laws of Tathagata, which belongs to the Tathagata, the system of the universe, or the system of the earth, or why God created this training ground like this, and so on. So, if we leave the spiritual training and convey the truth, we cannot reflect on ourselves, and maybe we have the accumulate the dirty on our minds. So what we are talking about is like this. Let's aim to be an arhat. Let's aim to be arhat. The arhat is the stage of the sixth dimensional level, on the higher level of the sixth dimensional realm. And like the two words spoken by Buddha, we are always reciting like this. All of us could be the light of bodhisattvas, believing that the light has reality, believing that love has reality, and so on and so on. Believing that truth has reality. Bodhisattvas. We aim to be a bodhisattvas. But before that, we should be arhat. From arhat to bodhisattvas. From arhat to bodhisattva. In other words, go. From self-establishment to the salvation of others. from self-establishment to the salvation of others. Before you go all around to save other humankind, you have to make your discipline and your reflection and your cleansing in your mind, of your mind. And in addition, Master always talking about the like this, from foundation to pillar, and from inside to outside. Yeah, always discipline first, and then save others. Happy Science started as a training ground, a training institution. Then at the 3 years at the beginning, Master did not try to say to save others. Just concentrate on the self-training. Concentrate on your discipline. And then, after accumulating 3 years of experience, Master tried to save other people. And this is the truth. And this is the due course in each and every members. Of course, saving others is very important. And if we concentrate on the self-establishment, we will not fulfill the conditions, maybe. Fulfilling the establishment, the condition is very very strict and very hard. So always, we are always concentrated on the self-training and kind of like egotistic, and always thinking about himself, oneself, and don't care others. So these days, Master is talking about the just try to save others. Save others the love that gives, and very important for your spiritual training. But we have to, anyway, we have to train ourselves and aim to be an arhat. And next one. So I would like to talk about the conditions of arhat according to this book, our textbook, The Laws of Messiah. Here, Master describes about the arhat state on page 137. Arhat, the arhat state, is a stage where you have established firm faith in Buddha and developed an unshakable mind that does not waver in the face of worldly troubles. Very important point. First, you have to have the firm faith in Buddha, and then overcome your own weakness by the teaching, by applying Master's teachings, and do not be wavered in the face of worldly troubles. Always keep calm in your mind. It is like, this is like the story about the second arrow. Do you know the second arrow? The story of second arrow in the Buddhism fable. This is a Buddhism story. We cannot escape from being attacked by first arrow in living in this world, because we are always inside the physical bodies, and this physical body makes many delusions. If you are hungry, you cannot easily concentrate your mind and keep calm. Or if you have, for example, the encounter with someone who you cannot love, or you are feeling so hard with a relationship in someone, your mind cannot be calm. You are wavering. But this is the first arrow. If you try to train yourself and make disciplines, accumulate disciplines, you will not create the second arrow. And you can overcome your delusions, overcome your anxiety, or overcome your sufferings, which arises from your physical bodies. And then, next one, you'll be receiving guidance from your guardian spirit as you live each day. Yeah, guardian spirit is always watching us and always guiding us. But if once we are in this physical body, we forget about our past lives, and we cannot directly communicate with the guardian spirits, and tend to become materialistic and forget about the God's love, and try to live on this world only, thinking about this world only. That's the mistake. You should try hard to remember why you are here. Why you're here. Because we are here to train ourselves, spiritually train ourselves. And this is the three-dimensional world is a training center for all of us. And you'll be receiving guidance from your guardian spirits. If you cleanse your dirt from your mind, you can have inspiration from your guardian spirits. Maybe you have, maybe who are listening to this seminar would be a long-time member, and maybe you have this kind of experiences. Sometimes you feel that your heart is filled with love and gratitude, and become warm, and feel the light comes from outside or within, and sometimes some kind of inspiration, which is very important for your course of your life, is coming. This is the guidance of the spiritual world, and this is the guidance of the guardian spirit. The stage of the Arahant is this stage. So you, in other words, you can instantly, or for a short moment, you can be Arahant. Everybody can be. But to maintain this stage is always difficult. And next one. You'll be receiving guidance from your guardian spirit as you live each day, and know the feelings of the people you pass by, as if you are seeing into their minds. If you train yourself and you can be calm in your mind and cleanse your dirt, your mind become like a mirror which reflects other minds, other people's mind. Because you and others are connected by the law of cause and effect, the same law. So your way of thinking can be reflected to others. So if you overcome your own weakness, you can help others. Help others how to overcome others' sufferings. So spiritual training is very important. And the first stage we have to aim is the Arhat stage. Let me take an important point, stress the important point of the Arhat. Let me read again. The Arhat state is a stage where you have established a firm faith in Buddha and develop an unshakable mind that does not waver in the face of worldly troubles. You'll be receiving guidance from your guardian spirit as you live with it each day. And know the feelings of the people you pass by as if you are seeing into their minds. As I said before, in this Arhat stage, you will not create the second arrow. You will not amplify delusions or sufferings by yourself. And you keep always calm mind. And in that calm surface of the lake, you can reflect other person's mind and save others. Let me give you another story. Bodhisattva is supposed to save others spiritually. And if you have handkerchief full of dirt and wipe others' face, you'll be declined, rejected by others. But if you cleanse your handkerchief and wipe others' face or wipe others' the sweat, it is easy. So Arahat is a stage. Your mind is clear like a white handkerchief. This is the stage of the self-establishment. And let me give you one more point, another story. Arahat is the stage where you can control your mind. And you can check by yourself whether it is the possession or not, spiritually possessed or not. Or evil spirit is coming and giving me another inspiration, so I should calm my mind and close my lips and will not react to harsh words. This is Arhat stage. You can overcome your delusions, overcome your anxieties by controlling your mind. And automatically, you can, by your own will, select your spiritual guidance. And especially remove the attachment and remove the effect of the evil spirit. And if you look back, Arhat is the stage. If you look back, your human relations in your whole life, and if you have someone you cannot overcome, you are not Arhat yet. You are not Arhat stage yet. Arhat is a stage. If you look back on your life and you encountered many people in the course of your life, and everybody has the meaning to your soul training. If you are born in a troubled family and feel pain in your heart in your younger days. And if you look back on your younger days, and your mind becomes wavered, and you cannot control your anger or sorrow, you are not Arhat yet. If you become Arhat, you can see from the spiritual side, you can find the spiritual meaning of your course of your life. And you know that life is a workbook, life is an exercise book, and this life is a training center. So you selected your family, and you are choosing how to react. We are not like a ball on the billiard board. People have the free choice how to react, how to put importance on human relations or cleanse your human relations. So we have a free will. And this stage, in Arhat stage, if you look back on your life, you will feel there is no one who hurt me, because you are not creating the second arrow, or third arrow, or fourth arrow, and so on. People are always creating arrows, so on and on, and feeling suffering. But in the Arhat stage, you can overcome this kind of suffering. Okay, the point I talked about the Arhat. The Laws of Messiah will be published in the next year, and we are trying to convey the truth of the Laws of Messiah. And Laws of Messiah is the big picture of the humankind. We have to do not forget about the basics. I mean, the spiritual training of each one of you. So we have to aim at the Arhat. Okay? And the Arhat is the stage that you can see things spiritually, completely, and the meaning of the meaning of your life completely. Okay? But what is difficult is to maintain this stage. So that's why we need next one, about the discipleship course. That's why we need the teachings and trainings every day. You can become instant Arhat, but it is so hard to maintain that stage. Basic, about the discipleship course, basic, intermediate, advanced, and then lay lecturer. This is a course this is the path that Master created. The path of training started by the Lord. This is the path that Master created for ourselves, for the disciples of Buddha. So I would like to stress on the importance of the discipleship course to master the teachings, and then the systematic training in mastering Master's teaching, right? And in addition, here, if you become, after mastering this discipleship course, you can become a lay lecturer. Lay lecturers are also able to lead prayers. You can make a Kigam prayers in your missionary centers or in missionary houses, right? So let's get started. Next one. We're going to have the side, as a side reader, the laws of secret, and the 3 books, the True Eightfold Path, and then Rojin. All of these are very important for exploring your world of mind and maintain your spiritual condition. I would like to touch on these 3 books later. And you can donate others these 3 books once you become a member of this spiritual special training seminar. And ask your shibucho or honbucho how to donate your books. You have the right to donate certain books for others. So just ask your shibucho or honbuchos, right? Okay, then how to become an arhat? There's a way. About the Eightfold Path, we have the Eightfold Path. If you remember, you can recite the Buddha Sutra, the 2. And Master is giving us the Rules of Emancipation, Buddha's teaching, the Eightfold Path. Eightfold Path is a great way to control your mind. And let me start by saying like this. The Eightfold Path is the Tenfold Path. 10. We have to add 2 paths as the entrance and exit of the Eightfold Path. From right face to Eightfold Path, the Eightfold Path, and then right emancipation. Emancipation is the stage that you are free from the delusions in this world, free from the attachment of which arises from your physical body. And emancipation is a stage you can see clearly from the spiritual point of view. So to attain emancipation, you have to enter the way of the Eightfold Path. And before that, you have to stand on the point of the right face. Okay? Next one. The Eightfold Path and the laws of cause and effect. And I would like to talk about the law of cause and effect. Yeah, as I said before, from right face, and then right view, right thought, right search, right speech, and right action, right living, right effort, right will, and right meditation, then right emancipation. Just believe in Lord Elkantara, and from the viewpoint of Elkantara, reflect yourself. And what are you thinking about toward other world, or for yourself? Just think. Look back on your thoughts, and from yourself, you are speaking. You're expressing your thinking. You're expressing your thought or viewpoint. So, then next you have to look back on your speech, and then action, and then way of life, your way of life, or way of effort, and will and meditation. These are the connected by law of cause and effect. As I said, cause and effect. Everything starts from face, and face becomes the right view, and then your thought. It affects to your thought, and speech and action and so on and so on. So if you stand on a point of law of cause and effect, you can go back freely from faith and view and thought. And if your speech is wrong, if you find some speech is wrong, you can look back on your thought, and you can look back on your view, and you can look back on your faith. Okay, this is an easy rule, but very profound rule. Go. As in the preface of the Laws of Secret, Master tells us like this. This book is full of mysterious episodes and experiences. Many people live every day without being aware of mysterious phenomena. But to the spiritual eyes of a religious leader, this world, is truly a brighter place that is guided by another set of rules. One example of another set of rules is law of cause and effect. Okay? So let me talk about the right belief. Next one. Right faith. Sorry. If you belong to the religion of ancestor worship, you tend to think that suffering comes from the possession of your ancestors. And if you encounter some anxiety or suffering, you will pray to your ancestors. Get rid of my way. Do not harm me. And like this, you are having the wrong faith. You are on the wrong cause and effect. And then, if you belong to a psychic religion, this kind of thing happening is my lack of spiritual power. I have to train myself to be to show more spiritual power like this. So, and you are on the wrong way of your right faith. And then, if you're a Christian, Christian tends to think that God is giving us the punishment. So if you encounter some kind of the hard things or sufferings in your course of your lives, Christians, just pray to God or Lord, please remove these sufferings. And do not look back on your life. Why this suffering causes? And I am creating such kind of sufferings. Lack of the laws of cause and effect. And then, if you are Muslim thinks that inshallah, everything starts from the God's will. Everything is under God's control. So if you make some kind of mistakes, that happened to be by the God's will. And do not look back on yourself. Okay? If you are Hindu, you believe in the gods of the worldly prophet or something like that. And then, if you're a materialist, you do not think of the spiritual things. And what is happening, spiritually happening in this world. And then, just let us check the next one. Let us check the checklist. Right face. I have prepared the right face checklist. The 3 points, mainly 3 points. Face of Teng type check. This is the Teng. In this Laws of Secret, we learned about the Teng. Do you often get upset when things do not go as you wish? Yeah, Teng is the very powerful spiritual beings, and they are trying to attain some kind of goal. But if you cannot attain such kind of goal, you are losing your temper. Okay? Sorry for interruption. Sorry. Yeah, some kind of spiritual power or a Teng power interrupted us. Yeah, I prepared the right face checklist, the 3 points, the face of Teng type check, and face in the God of poverty check, and then face in the materialism face check. And maybe you can later check this sheet. You can have this sheet later. And I prepared this check sheet to look back on your face. If you're believing that you are a believer and follower of the Lord, but we are always different experience, different kind of situations. So at the point of right face differs, sometimes differs. And on the surface level, you cannot say, you can easily find this is the wrong and right, and true or false. So that's why I prepared this checklist, the 50% or 100% or like this. Okay, let's get through this one. Try it later. Okay. So then let's get to the right view. Right view. Right view. Yeah. Clear the clouds of the thought belt. This is the second chapter of this book, Rojin. Thought belt. There's an area, the chapter 2 and the section 2, the area where thought tape is situated separates the surface consciousness from subconscious. And your subconscious mind and surface conscious is divided by the thought belt. And here, in this thought belt, you tend to accumulate dust or dirt and everything. You in every course of your life, you think various things, and everything is recorded to a certain color. Everything's recorded. So just look back on yourself. If you reflect clearly, the color turns into gold. But if you if you do not look back on yourself, your dirt becomes accumulated on and divides your surface conscious and subconscious. And you cannot have the guidance of guardian spirits. Okay? And go. Right view says like this. Your own fortune or misfortune always has its cause in the past. If you look back and examine your past days, then you are practicing right view. This is the words from the words of emancipation, Buddha's teachings, the Eightfold Path. If you look back on your life and examine your past days, then you are practicing right view. Your own fortune or misfortune always has its cause in the past. The law of, if you go on the way of the law of cause and effect and look back, then you are practicing right view. Then, next one. I'm talking about the right view. When you encounter the suffering, make it your boat to enlightenment. Turn that suffering into your boat to enlightenment. If you have some kind of spiritual training and you encounter the suffering, just think of why this kind of suffering is arising. Why I'm suffering? Which is the cause? You should explore yourself. And then you can become like a person from this shore, only thinking of this shore. I mean the shore, the world, the three-dimensional world. If you become a spiritual person, you can see clearly from the other shore, the spiritual point of view. Okay, then look at things spiritually. Stand in the position of the law of cause and effect. Okay, spiritually, look back yourself spiritually. It is not easy how to become spiritual. But if you stand in the position of law of cause and effect, you can become spiritual. And then, life is an exercise book of problems. In your sufferings, you are always try to get rid of your sufferings. And in other words, you are exploring your exit. But to be an arahat, you should go from the entrance, explore the entrance. Why this kind of problem is rising? Why I am encountering this problem? Okay. Let's practice right view. Then, for your encouragement, no problems is given to you that you cannot solve. And you can solve any kind of problem. And then, you have an inherently shining Buddha nature. In your side, you can emit your light from within. You have an inherently shining Buddha nature. Then, next one, Buddha is always watching over us. As a premise of these 3 points, let's try to reflect ourselves. We need part 1 and part 2. And on part 1, I would like to recite the parts of the right view, the right words of emancipation. So just listen to my words and look back on yourself for a short minute, maybe 3 minutes or so. The first step is right view. Believe in the laws of cause and effect and correct the way of your life. Whenever there is a cause, there is a result. All things are produced from causes and conditions. The self and the world are both subject to this law. First, you sow a seed, the cause. Next, you water it, the condition. Then it bears fruits, the result. And you reap it, the reward. Whether the fruit is bitter or sweet depends on the seed and how it is tended. Likewise, your own fortune or misfortune always has its cause in the past. If you look back and examine your past days, then you are practicing right view. Okay, according to the laws of cause and effect, just look back on your life shortly for 3 minutes. Then we are trying to go to the part 2, right view practice. This time we are practicing the true eightfold path. First, no one has held me accountable for how I look at people and what impressions I have of them. It is scary, and I can't keep my eyes open, you have to come to that level of the responsibility. I'd like to make an explanation about this. In this book, the True Eightfold Path, Master is talking about the right view. And at the base of the sufferings, the gap between one's impression and on the human relations are always the cause of your sufferings. Master says like this. And you are always seeing others and judging others by your impression, first impression. And it is not explained to others. Oh, I am feeling you, I'm thinking of you like this. I'm seeing you like this. You are not explaining to others, but just your feeling. And suppose you are a creator. You are dividing. Someone is going to hell, or someone is going to go to heaven. You can go to heaven. Or you are judging everybody. But with that responsibility, Master felt that it is scary, Master said. And I can keep my eyes open. Master felt like this way. So, as I said before, Arahat is a stage that if you look back on your life and on the human relations, you can overcome any sufferings which arises between you and others. So right view is very important. So I prepared another sheet. Right view worksheet. How do you look at people around you? Parents, siblings, spouse, friends, acquaintances, co-workers. Let's reflect on yourself. Now choose several persons and fill out this worksheet. Name and your relationship, and good points and bad points, especially your parents. This is often the case where your suffering arises. Okay, let's take 5 minutes to look back on your life. I would like to introduce some sentences from the Laws of Secret for changing your life. This subtitle is Awaken to this New World and Change Your Life. I would like to read from the chapter 5, The Conditions of the Real Exorcist. The page 153, the section 5, The Spiritual Power of the Real Exorcist. And from here, this is often mentioned in Buddhist scriptures as well. In general, people with great achievements are often respected. But based on the teachings in the Buddhist scriptures, people are often praised for how well they trained and controlled their minds and bodies in their daily lives, rather than for what they have accomplished in this world. What matters is the day-to-day efforts. Okay? Like this. What we have to do is train ourselves and keep calm mind and always see spiritually, always find the spiritual meaning at the things which arise in this world. And instead of creating sufferings, you have to train yourself. That's the state of Arhat. And then next stage, right thought. To reflect your right thought, there are 3 points, as you know. First, greed. Then, anger. And then, foolishness. Greed, anger, and foolishness. In this sutra, described like this, this is the attachment, arises from the attachments. And this greed, anger, and foolishness are poison, 3 poisons, and thorn in your side, the devil within your mind, the enemy of Buddha nature. So we have to remove these 3, anger and greed, anger, and foolishness, to become Arhat. And then just think like this. We are entrapped in the cage of this physical body. We are behind the bar of this physical body. And we always look from this side. But if you are on law of cause and effect and spiritually attain emancipation, you can go from this physical body, and then you can go out from the cage of your body and see things spiritually and attains freedom in your mind. And what arises as a suffering of your physical body is the greed and anger and foolishness. We have to remove these 3 points. Greed. You want more and more and more and more. Animals, lions, take lions, the example of lions. Animals have greedy, but if lion is full in the stomach. Lions will not attack other animals anymore. But humans have the infinite greed, and without limit if you're greedy and too much. And because you are trapped in the cage, you always make harsh words towards others to protect yourself, trying to protect yourself. That's the anger. And you cannot find the reason why you are entrapped in your cage. And you cannot find the reason why you are living in this life. This is the foolishness. Just remove these 3 points. This is the basic points of the right thought. But today, we'd like to practice right thought through this book under the guidance of Master's words. Okay? With the guidance of Master's words, let's practice the reflection. Here in this, the True Eightfold Path, this was published. This book was published at the very beginning stage of Happy Science. So at that time, Master did not refer to the right belief or right faith. Master is not disclosing the secrets about El Cantare because we are at the beginning stage, at the starting point, without any accomplishments. So Master is hiding himself that he's El Cantare. So in that situation, Master talked about the self-reflection of the Eightfold Path. The chapter 1 introduction is the if Master give us a lecture at this stage, the chapter 1 should be the right faith, live in El Cantare. But in this book, chapter 1 is believe in law of cause and effect. You should reflect on yourself from the infinite past and to the infinite future. Why you are here from the reincarnating, and where you are aiming for through your reincarnation. Look back on yourself from infinite past and look onto your infinite future. That's Master said like this at the first chapter. And then right view, and then right thinking, right thought. And in this right thought, Master prepared 3 points. 3 points. Go. Being open-minded. We have to attain ourselves. We have to adjust ourselves under the mind of God. For that reason, we have to be open-minded to new teachings, Master's teachings. And then, self-effort. Being open-minded, and you have to change yourself with the self-help, the practice of self-help. Without this kind of effort, you cannot change yourself. Just receiving, just hearing. But unless you practice Master's law, Master's teachings, you are not disciples. You are just a reader of the Master's books. Okay? Then the third one, the being humbleness. These 3 points are important to think of the right thought. So let's look back on ourselves and reflect on ourselves with the guidance of the Master's words. Okay, let's practice.
In the explanation about the reflection of right thought, I listed some points to examine, but the first point, open-mindedness, is the most important. What is preventing you from being open-minded? I think the reason you can't be open-minded is that your way of life was special or unusual compared to the lives of others. You may have a different way of life from others. I think that special circumstances influence your way of thinking, judgment, and behavior. And I think it forms the shell of the ego. You are making your own shell. So, first of all, check your thoughts. Try to find the part that is your own shell or the part that is attached to you. Look back in your life and recall the most distressing thing that ever happened to you. Remember the cause and the effects it had on your mind, and how you began to think and act as a result. I would like you to do this discovery of the shell first. So, please get started. Now let's move on to the second reflection on our self-help efforts. Here, I would like you to check if you did not live a life of excuses. Looking back on the past, didn't you blame others? Didn't you blame your circumstances? When things went wrong or when you were unhappy, have you never blamed someone or the circumstances in the past? Focus on these 2 points and quietly look back on the past. Then, please get started. As the third practice on right thought, I would like you to reflect on humility. Here, this time, I wish to narrow down the checkpoints in particular. I think everyone has pride as well. Each person has pride. You can use the word face too. You have pride or face, but I would like you to find out where that pride comes from. I want you to search first. Where does your pride come from? Some cases, isn't it the flip side of some inferiority complex? Or maybe that kind of pride occurred with the feeling of repulsion triggered by a certain word from another person. Or, in fact, in the past, something like this might have caused your pride. I would like you to explore the occurrence of such pride. Why did you come to have such pride? And then, have you ever hurt someone by forming pride in this way? Have you ever hurt or harmed someone to protect your pride? I would like you to check this. It is one of the most important points for modern people. So, please get started. Okay, please finish. Take a deep breath again. So far, we have tried to reflect on right thoughts from three perspectives. I think you haven't done much in the last reflection on pride. In other words, you can pursue it as a reflection on your desire for self-display. Check what caused your desire to show yourself and how it appeared. I think it may be a reflection of how the desire for self-display has harmed people. Or, if you look at it in a different way, it may be a reflection of your inferiority complex. What is the cause of your inferiority complex? And how did it reveal itself in interpersonal relationships? If you examine these things, you realize that you trying to overcome your inferiority complex with your pride. Pride or the desire for self-display and inferiority complex are both sides of the same coin, and if you think about one, the other side will reveal itself. I would like you to explore this area from both perspectives.
Thank you, Master. Okay, this is the end of this seminar, the part of me, and many lectures will give you another points. I mean the from the right speech or right action or right living or something like that. Many lectures will come and give you another explanation to explore your mind. Anyway, today I would like to reflect on myself and just check the points of the Arahat. Arahat is important. And to be an Arahat, we should reflect on ourselves and cleanse our mind. And Arahat is not creating the second arrow. Arahat is always calm. And Arahat removes your dirt in your mind. Arahat can reflect in the mirror of your mind to the other faces, other people's minds. And Arahat is the preparation to be a bodhisattva. And Arahat is instant Arahat you can become. But to maintain Arahat level stage is not easy. To maintain, you should learn teachings from the discipleship course. Okay? Today is the wonderful opportunity for us to reflect on ourselves. Let's again express our deepest gratitude to Master to finish this seminar. Thank you, Master. And thank you all.